Last video, I told you guys we were switching some stuff on the EVO. As you can tell, we have the EVO apart right now. We already kind of switched everything, but so right here we have the new turbo setup. It's basically the same CHRA, so it's still technically a 9569S, but we have the new X4C cover on it. The old one is right here. This was the X3C cover. So it's a little bit smaller. It's quite a bit different actually. And then on top of that, we had the old 0.82 AR exhaust housing on it, and now we have this 0.64 exhaust housing on it. Still tile V-band stuff, but yeah, we're going to be trying this out. I know it's kind of confusing. You would think, you know, putting a smaller exhaust housing on it would make it actually choke up, but apparently with this compressor cover, the bigger compressor cover change is supposed to kind of make up for that difference in the efficiency. Mackenzie, my tuner, you guys have been hearing his name a lot lately. He's running this exact turbo setup on his 2-liter, and he made more power, more boost, just overall way faster on this turbo setup rather than the one that I had. So yeah, we're gonna try this one out. I'm gonna install this quick, and then we'll see how it does. I guess we'll have to obviously tune for it. We also have the strain gauge that I'm gonna be putting in. So this video will kind of be a mix of the new turbo setup, strain gauge, power, and seeing what it does. I might have to clock the compressor cover a little bit, but I'm very curious how different this power band will be. We got the turbo installed. Let me just double check everything. We just flashed a file on it. Everything's tight. Oil lines, coolant lines. Oh, turn, feed, everything should be good. I think I got all that. Dumps are good. All right, we're gonna go for the first start. Now, typically you would prime it on a brand new turbo, but this is still the same CHRA, so this wheel has been lubricated already. Yep, come on. That turbo's spinning. All right, I'm gonna bleed this cooling system, and then we're gonna go take it for a drive. All right, guys, we are going for the first drive. Obviously, we put a wastegate file on this, or just maybe a little hair over wastegate. It's like 30 PSI. But our goal is just basically to see the drivability on how much more responsive it is. And I haven't even gone into any type of boost yet, and I can already tell that it's like it's not so like dead, you know what I mean? But we're not gonna do anything crazy right now until we get the strain gauge hooked up and then get the car set on the dyno with Kenzie. Then we'll go do some real hard pulls and compare the difference between the two turbos. For now, we're just gonna do maybe a couple 30 PSI rips, which is nothing. I'm just gonna go through the gears a little bit, not actually like fully in boost. It definitely feels way different. I could feel it starting to pick up. That's only 30 PSI. Shot a fat flame. You guys see that? Did you see that? Did you get that? Oh, that felt good. Alright guys, so we went and did a couple of tests. This is really interesting to see. So I'm just kind of reviewing the data logs right now, trying to pair it up pretty much exactly. The yellow is a old log, so pretty much starting from the same RPMs, 3800, right? And we floor it with the new hot side, say here at 5300 RPMs on the old turbo, we're at 6 PSI. 5400 RPMs on this turbo, we're already at 20 PSI. That's huge. That's a 14 PSI difference at the same RPM just based off the turbo change. Base file, wastegate pressure, definitely a cool comparison. This turbo is going to be really interesting at 50 plus PSI. Hopefully this makes the car that much faster, but until then, I'll see you guys probably when we hit the dyno. It's going to be the next clip for you. I don't know how long for me, but Alright guys, it's the next day. The initial process was I was going to just give the car to Kenzie after installing the turbo and have him install the strain gauge. and turn the car up on his dyno and do his whole thing. But as of yesterday, we started doing street logs, and we've just continued to do street logs. So I'm gonna keep you guys with me while we do street logs, see how far we get with it. I might be installing the strain gauge, and we might just turn it all up here on the street. I guess let's just see where we end up. Look at that. We got Blake helping us out, doing strain gauge things.
If it doesn't work, it's not my fault.
If it doesn't work, it's not his fault. Alright guys, as you can see, the next clip is not us ripping the strain gauge. Long story short, you have to assign the strain gauge to the ECU to be able to be used as a flat shift, aka like a clutch switch, right? And this, we wired it to the dash ABI, but apparently this being used as a CAN signal to the ECU is not a good signal for the shifter to go and communicate to the ECU. So now it wasn't allowing me to assign the flat shift to the shifter through the dash. So I'm having to rewire this, take it out of the dash, and actually wire it into the ECU. Now the reason why I didn't do it to the ECU in the first place was because I had no AVI inputs left. Now I'm gonna have to steal an AVI from there and actually use one of those and put it to the dash, one that can be used. So any sensor or anything that doesn't actually need a timed signal, I can put that, let's say a coolant temp sensor to the dash, and then I'll be able to have an open input and put the shifter to the ECU. I'm gonna do that, and hopefully then I can assign it to the ECU, and then I can go try to use the strain gauge. So could be worse. Alright, your boy got it all rewired. We switched the coolant temp sensor to the dash, and then the signal that was going to the dash from the strain gauge straight to the ECU. You can see we finally got it to assign. This is where the coolant temp sensor was, and now this is where the strain gauge is going. So it finally assigned. And then you can see here, flat shift input, right where we want it. You can see the pressure on the gauge is there. And then coolant temp went to the dash and assigned to the dash. So it should be good now. Now we can go test it. Now hopefully it works. Let's give it a shot. Alright, I'm just going to try it. 5,000 RPM, see what it does. Holy, what the? That feels freaking weird. What the heck? What the heck? And it's raining outside right now. This is not good. Oh geez, oh geez, oh geez, oh geez, oh geez. I forgot to log that. Let me do it again. What the? Guys, I'm shifting with no clutch. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? So I've only tried downward motion. I haven't tried forward yet. So I'm gonna try doing it 2, 3, and 3, 4, just like 5K RPMs, because it's raining for some reason. No clutch. That's that. What the? I didn't even realize I was still recording. Holy crap. I wish you guys could see the flames, but I don't have anybody with me to record. It's gonna be cold the next couple weeks. So this might just be the video where we switch the turbo, wire it in the strain gauge, got it working. Next step, dial it in. 360 to 130. I need it. All right, so we're gonna end the video here because we still have a bit of progress to make and I want to post a video. So right now the strain gauge is working. Finally rewired it to get it to work. We did our first no clutchless shifts the other day. Insane feeling. The turbo setup is in, and we're still just tuning right now. We're on about 40 psi, so we have a few steps to go yet, but we'll save that for another video. Right now the main thing is that we got that turbo in, we got the strain gauge working, and now it's just time to dial it in. So on the next video we'll be dialing that in. We'll be up, hopefully up in the 50s plus psi, hitting the dyno and doing some freaking nasty clutchless shifts. Until then, peace out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Wait, hold on.